Hey y'all, and welcome to Monner's Market, and welcome to my high-end cake stand video. I'm going to make 2 cake stands for you today that are very high-end in my opinion, and I'm just going to go ahead and get right into the video with DIY number 1. For DIY number 1, I'm making this round cake stand that I am obsessed with. I was at Home Depot. No, I was not. I was at Lowe's with my honey, and we were shopping for some stuff. And I saw those rounds and these finials. Look at how pretty they are. You get 2 finials for $4.88, and I'm going to use my antique wax and my white Waverly chalk paint. And I'm going to go in there and I'm going to stain all 5 pieces, all 4 legs and my topper with that antique wax. And if you have never seen antique wax before, it's basically a stain. And you want to wipe it on. You can brush it on like I'm doing. You can put it on a baby wipe and rub it on. You can put it on a wet rag and put it on. But you get it on your surface, your wooden surface, and then you take a baby wipe or a wet rag or something wet, and you wipe that excess stain back off, and it brings out that wood grain and shows you the beautiful markings on the wood. And that's my favorite part of making anything that I make, is whenever I take that baby wipe and wipe off that excess, and that wood grain starts popping through and showing you its character and beauty. I love it. It's kind of like when you pull back that transfer on a chalk couture design, and you got that perfect little design on your surface that you're messing with. You never get tired of pulling them transfers back and seeing what you've created. And that's the same for me with this antique wax or any other stain, really. Whenever you go and you wipe it down and you bring out that wood grain, oh, you just can't beat it. It's so beautiful. Look at that. You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Look at how pretty that daggum wood is. You see every little knot and nook that's there. Now, I'm just taking those same wipes that I had been wiping everything off with. It's got a lot of that antique wax on there. And I'm taking my brush that I had been using. It's still got a lot of antique wax on it. I'm not dipping it down in any more paint. I don't need to. I got plenty between the rag and the paintbrush to do these 4 legs. And again, you just rub it on and you wipe it off. You rub it on, you wipe it off. And look at how pretty those legs are turning out. Oh, I just love them. Just love them. They will be linked in my description box below too. Now, my sister was in town and we got to yapping, and I forgot to turn my camera back on when I painted the top and the sides to that. But let me show you on the bottom side how I did it. I just grabbed me some white chalk paint and just started slapping it on there with no rhyme or reason to it. I did not want to fully cover it in white because I want that rustic sort of shabby chic French country look that you get with that unfinished sort of distressed look, you know. That's what I was going for. And it's that easy. Just take a paintbrush and just throw it on there and hope for the best. But you can't hardly mess up something that's shabby chic and French country because it's very disheveled look, you know, like old and rustic. And I think that's why I love it so much. Now here I had gotten a little bit of paint on one of my legs and it dried. So it's a little bit harder to get off than I wanted it to be. But that baby wipe got most of it off. And then once I got most of it off, I just took that baby wipe and dipped it down into the antique wax and went over the little part that was still white a little bit, and you couldn't even tell that I had gotten any white paint on it whatsoever. So I was glad I kind of thought of that little trick. Look at yonder. Easy peasy. So easy to do. And now I'm going to take my screw, and I'm going to make me some little pilot holes after I get through slapping some more paint on here. I guess I must have wanted it to be a little bit heavier on that side. But look how pretty that is. I love that. I love that distressed, shabby chic look. Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Make sure it's good and dry before you put your polyurethane on there. I love to use weather wash as polyurethane. Now, see, I'm turning these upside down because that was the only way I could get them to stand up because they come with screws in the bottom of them. And I just took this little pick and I measured it out to where they were all the same distance apart. You can do that, or you can eyeball it, or you can use an actual measuring tape if you want to be, super precise. I just kind of eyeballed it with that little thing. And then once I got that done, I took the tip end that has the screw on it and I twisted a couple of times to give myself a little mark to where I wanted it to go. And then once I had all 4 places marked, then I got me a screw out of the drawer, just grabbed a random screw and drilled it almost all the way in and then pulled it right back out and gave myself some pilot holes. And that made it so much easier when I was putting these legs on. So much easier. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm just taking my screw. There's the screw. Any old random screw will do. Screw it in, take it out. That's done. Screw it in, take it out. Same thing. And then once you do that, then you take your little leg and you put it down in the hole and you screw it right on in. Now, as I was putting my legs in, I got them twisted almost all the way down. And then I grabbed my hot glue, my wood glue, and put some in there and, finished putting it down in there to give it some more stability than just a screw. So now it's got wood glue and the screws in it. So that ain't going nowhere. Those legs are going to be there forever now. And that's fine because I love the way this turned out. I absolutely love it. And I know I'm going to be using this for a long time. Now, what I'm not showing you again, because you've already seen me paint it. I know you don't want to see me paint it again with polyurethane. I'm going to get some polyurethane by Weather Wash, my favorite polyurethane, because it doesn't get milky and it doesn't get too thick. You can shake your can and shake it real good before you use it. But you can use anything. You can use Mod Podge, you can use Minwax, you can use whatever you want. But make sure you put some sort of clear coat over it to protect that paint and seal that paint in. Now, I would not recommend putting raw food on top of that. But look at how pretty that turned out. Is that not the cutest, y'all? I just love this piece. Absolutely love it. It's one of my top favorite things that I've ever made. I just love, love, love it. Look at them feet. Hey, girls, look at them feet. So we have a chat every single week during the premiere, and I'm always putting feet on something. They're always laughing at me. Or legs. We call them legs. I'm always putting legs on something. Anyway, let's get into DIY number 2. This cake stand here, DIY number 2, I'm making for Lila's Cake for this Saturday. And I sort of fashioned it after this one right here. I seen this on a friend of mine's website. Looky yonder, y'all. Isn't that beautiful? I love that one. But I don't like the color of it. They used a whole lot lighter wood than I did. So I went to Lowe's with my honey and I grabbed this piece right here. It was 36 inches long and it was $10.80. Look at that handsome thing, y'all. He makes my heart pitter patter, I'm telling you. These are the 15-inch rounds. And then I'm going to grab me some of the little finials that you've seen me use for the legs in DIY number 1. This is the same ones that I'm using for this one. I seen these right here and fell in love. I was like, ooh, I can make so many things with those pieces right there. And I'm going to show you next week what I'm going to do with some of them. But for now, I'm going to grab me some finials. You get 2 of them for $4.88, so $2.44 a piece is not bad. It already comes with the little screw that's in it. You don't even have to worry about anything. You've already got it there. It's already pre-drilled and in there really, really good. So that's a big help for $2.44 a piece. And then these down here I grabbed $5.99 a piece. But what I need 4 of them for. So I have to go back this week and get me 2 more because I've come up with something that I want to do with them that I think you're going to love. Absolutely love. Look at him, y'all. He's so beautiful. I love him so much. This fella at Lowe's did cut them for me, and he was so sweet about it. But the way he cut it, he said it did leave about 1/4 of an inch on that third piece, but I'm not worried about that because I'm not using that third piece on this thing today. I'm only going to use the 2 pieces that were identical in size because I'm going to stack them on top of each other, so it needs to be as close to perfect as it can be. And he did a very, very good job whenever he cut it. So now I'm going to go in just like I did with the first one with my antique wax. Now I could have painted this or stained this any color in the rainbow. I've got so many stains out there in my shop. But I want to use this at Lila's party this weekend. And I have a few other pieces that I made for her cupcake stand and things that, I did, like, I don't know if it was last week or week before maybe. But I wanted everything to match. So that's why I'm using the same antique wax. That and the fact that it's my favorite and I love it and I'm obsessed with this color. And it matches everything in my house because that's what I stain everything with. I love it. It is my all-time favorite. But anyway, you want to wipe it on, pull it right back off with something wet. Baby wipe works for me. That's what I use on mine, or baby wipes. Or you can use, like I said earlier, a wet rag or anything that you can use to peel it. I mean, not peel it, but to wipe it right back off. It does need to be wet. You're not going to be able to wipe it off too much if it's dry, so make sure that it's wet. Now I'm just going to take these 20 millimeter beads and I'm going to go all the way around it. Now I put them a lot closer here when I was counting them out than I ended up doing once I got them all painted and was ready to put it together. But I like the way it turned out in the end. Look at that. I counted them for nothing. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint the second piece, or stain the second piece, paint it on and wipe it off. Let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite stain? What brand is it? Now, Weather Wash has some beautiful, beautiful colors. Barnwood is my favorite Weather Wash stain. I actually have some outside in my shop. I should have went out there and got it for this. It matches pretty well, but like I said, I really wanted this piece to match the other things that I had made to display things on last week. And I'm going to have a cake, I'm going to have some cupcakes, I'm going to have some homemade cookies, the sugar cookies, and I needed something to display everything on. And I made everything that I'm going to be displaying with for the same price it would have cost me to buy one of these things off of Etsy or somewhere else. But now I'm just taking my little skewer and I'm putting my beads on them. That is my favorite way to paint beads. It is so much easier when you have them things on those skewers. Now I'm going to take my white paint and I'm just going to dab it all over it and just swoosh it around. I'm whooshing and swooshing and getting it on there and distressing my beads down. Now I did wait until these were dry. I'm sure it doesn't look like it because of, the power of TV or the power of video, but I waited until that stain was completely dry before I added my white onto it, because if you don't, it's just going to get muddied up and it's not going to be pretty at all. So now my legs are ready and my beads are ready, and I'm just going to give them one more little quick dry. Got to be careful with that heat gun though, because that's an actual heat gun, not a blow dryer, and if you hold it on that plastic too long, it'll melt it right in your hand because it's very, very strong and powerful. I've had that thing for 3 or 4 years and it works like a charm. I hope I don't jinx myself by saying that. I love my heat gun. I use it for all kinds of stuff. But anyway, now we are going to assemble it. And we are going to assemble it very similar to the way we did the round one. I'm going to mark my little spots by taking that screw and just going around 2 or 3 times and making my little mark. And then I'm going to take my little screw and go back around in each little place and make my pilot hole. And then I'm going to put my little feet on. I'm going to add the hot glue just before I get it, all the way up against it, and give it a little bit more reinforcement. And I'm getting way ahead of myself because I'm running my mouth 90 to nothing. Now here I go. I'm just going to add those little feet on. And I don't know if you see me put the glue on this one like you did the other one or not. I don't remember if I recorded that. But I did. I did add some glue in there so that it would hold better. But I love the way this turned out. Now, I could have stopped right here. I could have put the legs on it and had white legs and a brown top. That would have still matched the other pieces that I've done, and it still would have looked cute. But I was really trying to do a cake stand like the inspiration that I found. Now, I found that on my friend Stacy's page. She makes professional cakes, and her channel is called Sweets by Stacy. I'm going to have to link her in the description box below where you can go check her work out. If you are in the Jacksonville, Florida area and you need a cake or cupcakes or anything like that for a party, she is the woman to go to. She is amazing. She's literally the only one who has done our cakes for the past, 6-7 years now. And I love her. I love her. She makes the best cakes ever. But now I'm just taking my little beads, and I'm taking just one little dot of hot glue and putting it down. And because it is the wood glue, hot glue, it's going to hold very, very well. Very well. And I'm going to do that all the way around this piece of wood. Now, if you look at that, that's pretty right there, ain't it? I could have stopped right there, once I went all the way around it and closed it in. And that would have been a cute little tray that had a little ledge on it where something couldn't roll off of it. I like the way that looked also. But that's not what we're doing. We're trying to match that one that I showed you in the picture. And in order to do that, we got to keep going. So I'm going to add the last of my beads. I'm trying to say the rest and the last at the same time. Add the last of my beads, and then I'm going to run a hot glue bead all the way around. Again, this is my wood hot glue, and then I'm going to be careful to put that perfectly on top, flip it upside down, apply some pressure while it dries, and that's it. Now I am taking my heat gun and turning it on its side and doing that in case there's any glue in there. That way it melts it down toward the inside of it and you can't see anything. But sometimes you have those little glue hairs, and if you run some heat to it, it'll just disappear. It'll just dissipate. And that was all there was to it. Well, no, it's not. I did do the polyurethane. But again, like I said, I know you don't want to sit here and watch me paint something for the 3rd time. So let me know down in the comments below what you think about my cake stand. Which one's your favorite? Is it the round one or is it this one here? I just love it so much. Absolutely love it. Look at that. So pretty. So pretty. I love the white on that dark wood. I'm just obsessed with it. Let me know down in the comments which one is your favorite. Let me show you my final reveal. I only have the 2 because I didn't really need more than 2 cake stands. And I didn't want to make a 3rd one just to sit in the corner and not be used. So I just want to show you one more time what they look like. And thank you for coming to watch with me this week. If this is your first time that you've ever seen my channel, Welcome to Monner's Market. My name is Brenda, but my sweet grandbabies call me Monner, and I have a video every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or at least I try to, every week, bringing you something. Now, the last several weeks I've been into wood, probably going to be making more wood for the next few weeks because I'm just so obsessed with it. I love it. I love the things that I have found that I can create instead of buying and spending money on it and make it myself. And I've saved a ton of money, and I have pride in knowing that I made that with my bare hands. It's just a really cool feeling. But anyway, I always do a live chat during my premiere, and I have the best group of ladies and sometimes gentlemen that join us, and we're like a little family, and we just love to get on there and chit-chat and talk together. So next week, join us in the live chat and get to know everybody. Like I said a minute ago, I have a video every Tuesday, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do next week. Yes, I am. I'm not going to tell you. It's going to be a surprise because I'm super excited. It does have something to do with those pieces that I showed you a minute ago that I got from Lowe's, the ones that I've got to go back and get 2 more. So it does show that. But anyway, this coming up Friday is Miss Lila's birthday, and Saturday is her party. I did show her all of the happy birthdays from last week, and she was just on cloud 9, and she thanks every single one of you, and so do I, for telling her happy birthday. But anyway, I'm going to hush now because I went on way, way longer than I wanted to and ran my mouth. Again, if this is the first time you've ever been to Monner's Market, welcome. I'm so tickled to have you. But for now, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Be blessed. Bye now.